Hi, welcome to Game Analyze. I'm Auna. Today, I'll be talking about map design on cities, hubs, or other peaceful places in video games. So, let's analyze. First, we need to define what are we talking about. We'll focus on the design of maps for cities you could visit in open world games like Zelda Breath of the Wild, where you can trade, unlock side quests, or just talk. We'll also take a look at hub worlds in linear games, which are very similar to the cities. To start, what can you do in a city or hub? Well, as I said, you can trade, unlock side missions, talk for fun, or start a main quest. But that's not all. You can also put lore to find, a combat practice chamber, extra challenges, develop important characters, practice a mechanic or gimmick in your game, little secrets, interesting architecture, and much more. As you see, there's lots of stuff, and that's our first lesson. You can put anything in your hub, but don't overkill. If there's too much stuff, the player will be confused or won't try it at all. Hubs can also be used as a level in itself, in which you progress as you complete levels. I want to put as an example Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, where the hub is slowly unlocked after every level, and some missions even have little puzzles to complete before entering the stage at all. There's also a little rock tower to get rewards from if you have Skylanders of those elements, and even one of the NPCs is part of the scenery at first. This is one of the best hubs I've seen, because of the interactivity it has, so you feel your progress in the game with visuals like the core of light, but also because it slowly grows in size and presents memorable places within it. So, second lesson, a hub can be a level in itself and will be more memorable if it has variety and interesting surprises. I also want to show you a city I've worked on. It's based on a real place, so it's easier to practice. I recommend you try this method too. Anyway, you can see a centerpiece in a circular shape, and then some more around the place. My principle is that the center is, well, the center. I also then add places in the most far ends, like the gray paths. I then look for interesting places in real life to see where they appear, as that means this place would be naturally an important one. You can also build an example to navigate yourself and see if you can navigate. If some places feel boring, put a building of some kind. If there's not enough space, at least add a recognizable landmark. If you can, show it to other people and see how they navigate. My third lesson is practice with real-world cities to see how and where important buildings appear, and add your personal ones to see how it looks like. Your player needs to feel safe in your hub. If you can even make it customizable, much better. Your player should feel at home. I think a good way to test if a player cares about a hub is to suddenly destroy it by some kind of boss. If the player cared about the hub, he will hate the boss and will chase him for revenge. Obviously, this would be a lot of work to do, but my point is that if a player rages for the hub being removed, you did a great job. This is my fourth lesson. A hub should feel like home for the player. Finally, the hub should reinforce the story of your game. So it shows it visually or, for example, in NPC conversations, but it always should show you that you're progressing. If a hub shows you, for example, an NPC from a previous level, you will remember that level every time you see him and think about how you beat it. Or if you simply place a trophy or even turn a light on, like the Odyssey in Super Mario Odyssey, the player will feel encouraged to continue playing to see all the NPCs, collect all trophies, or turn on all lights. This is the fifth and last lesson. Show your player his progress and encourage him to continue. That way, the player will be motivated to complete the whole game and have a great time even in the most difficult moments. So let's summarize what we have seen. First, you can put anything in your hub. Don't feel constrained to only put the level selection and an upgrade store. Next, a hub can be a level in itself and will be more memorable with variety. Hubs should be memorable, and making them like a little level will definitely help. Third, practice with real places to see natural central points. You need to practice to improve, and real places will help you see where the main points will be. Next, a hub should feel like home for the player. Your hub is the place a player will return after every battle, so making him feel like he's safe and let him relax will make him want to be in your hub. Finally, show your player his progress and encourage him to continue. If you do so, the player will be motivated to play. But please don't use percentages for this. There's nothing more discouraging than beating a boss and seeing it was only 1% of progress. Use your creativity to avoid this problem. So that were the game design tips for hubs and cities. Some of the tips may have to readjust in different cases, but those were generally good tips for you to improve. But anyways, I'm Auna, and this has been Game Analyze. Game Analyzed.